we have a full day of wrestling on Friday night with WWE Smackdown and AAA Alianzas all happening on the same night. So what can we expect? Before we get into it, though, make sure to hit that button, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We're trying to grow this channel as much as we can. We're trying to have as much fun as possible. So come, be a part of it, have some fun with us, join this community. Now let's talk wrestling. Like I mentioned, full day of wrestling tonight on Friday night. We have a full day of wrestling with Friday Night SmackDown. Although it's pre-recorded, it looks like a pretty stacked show. I've avoided most spoilers, not all spoilers. For example, LA Knight is facing off against a mystery opponent. I do happen to know who that mystery opponent is now. I will not spoil it for you. I'm just going to say taper your expectations. That's all, right? People, I've seen people be like, oh, maybe it's Edge, maybe it's Jericho. Just taper your expectations, all right? LA Knight against a mystery opponent. I don't know who wins. I feel like LA Knight's going to win that, though. We have Jey Uso against Rusev. Pretty sure Jey Uso's going to take that. Although I don't think Rusev has lost a one-on-one match since returning, so maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I guess Rusev losing his first one-on-one match against Jey Uso isn't the end of the world. Or maybe he lost the match against Penta. I don't remember, but Jey Uso against Rusev. I think Jey Uso is going to take that. We have a traditional Survivor Series elimination match, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. I feel like the Wyatts are somehow going to get involved in this, but we do have the MFTs against Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Rey Fenix. Feels like a very fun match. I feel like the MFTs should win this match because we want to set them up as being like the big bads on SmackDown, right? But I feel like the Wyatt Six are going to get involved in somehow in some way because they should, because we're trying to build that whole thing up, right? And I think this all is going to at some point lead is going to lead towards the MFTs winning those tag team championships. So I think that this is where you set that up. Again, I don't know. It's pre-recorded, and I don't think the Wyatts were there the week before. So maybe the Wyatts aren't there. Maybe there's a vignette. Maybe there's some sort of video package that comes up after this match. I don't know. But I feel like somehow, some way, the Wyatts are going to get involved in this. We also have a women's War Games advantage match. I don't know if it has been like announced by WWE who's taking part of this match. I will not spoil it. I did see who this match is between. But I'm not going to tell you because I do know who it's between, but I don't want to tell you because I don't know if it's been announced or not. But I feel like the War Games matches are always more fun when the heels have the advantage. However, seeing how stacked this babyfaces group is, I don't think it matters much who has the advantage because I think the babyfaces are just going to take it all. And then we also have a Chelsea Green celebration, which I feel like it's going to be interrupted by someone. Probably Julia, right? But yeah, this feels like a very fun Friday Night SmackDown. Like I said, it is pre-recorded, but I think it's still worth watching. I think it's still a lot of fun. It's also the go home show before Survivor Series War Games. So I feel like a lot of things can happen here, especially with those with the women's War Games match because they're involved tonight. The men's War Games match, we figured out who was going to have the advantage on Raw, so I don't feel like they come back to this, considering that, like I said, that this show was recorded last Friday. But like I said, still worth watching. I think it's still going to be a lot of fun. There's also a AAA show tomorrow, AAA show tomorrow, right? Another Alianzas, this time from Puebla, which is where Hijo del Vikingo's from. So really fun. Hijo del Vikingo's going to take on El Grande Americano. It's going to be really interesting to see, right? Because Hijo del Vikingo is a straight up heel now. Whether or not he's going to get cheered or booed, right? He's in his hometown, but is he going to get cheered? Is he going to get booed? He's probably going to get booed because he's Hijo del Vikingo and people don't like him. So that's fun. Also, a triple threat match for the number one contender triple threat, which Javon Evans is already in. So we're going to find another person to join that triple threat match for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship. These are three people I've never heard of, so I do apologize. One of these guys apparently is Jack Cartwheel, who's from WWE Evolve. That's cool, I guess. I never heard of any of these three guys. So it's Elio LeFleur. Apparently he's a French wrestler from some French professional wrestling company. Never heard of this guy. I'm so sorry. Jack Cartwheel and Chris Carter. So I'm sure it's going to be a fun match. I'm sure they're going to do some crazy stuff, and I'm sure that's going to be super enjoyable. I'm going to be watching it. I'm actually going to be watching it here on YouTube, live, right? I'm going to see if I can figure out how to stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. But if you're around, come hang out. It's a Friday night after New Year's. It's a Friday night after Thanksgiving. You want to get away from your family for a bit? Come and watch wrestling with me, right? Let's have some fun. We also got Pagano and Psycho Clown, which are the tag team champions on AAA versus the Creed brothers. So I don't know where the Creeds have been, but they're going to AAA. So the Creed brothers against Pagano and Psycho Clown. That's going to be a really fun match. I feel like Pagano and Psycho Clown are going to win because they're the tag team champions. They also have a current feud with the Wyatts. So I don't know if the Wyatts show up here also. It would be really fun if the Wyatts show up on both events, right? It's because SmackDown was pre-recorded. If they show up on Friday Night SmackDown and then they show up in Puebla to face off against Psycho Clown and Pagano. So anyway, they do have a program currently with the Wyatt Six, so I feel like they have to win this match. And then somehow, some way, at the last Alianzas, there was a video package where the Wyatts interrupted with it to kind of challenge these guys. So I feel like that's going to happen again this time around. We also have a fun match between La Parka, Mr. Iguana, and Niño Hamburguesa versus Galeno del Mal. I don't know who that is. I'm so sorry. He's a AAA wrestler, though. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. LWO. So where have the LWO been? They've been here, apparently. They're not on our programming on WWE, but they're active on AAA. So that's going to be a really fun match, too. La Parka, Mr. Iguana, and Niño Hamburguesa are just super fun characters in AAA, right? Kind of. We need some of that in WWE, right? We need some of this, like, fun, to quote Simon Raylor, goofy wrestling for life. We need some of those fun characters in WWE. This is going to be a very fun match to watch. If you watch one match from this, like, please tune into this match. I'm sure it's going to be so much fun, right? All of these guys are super talented, but they're also just super goofy and fun. We also got Mecha Wolf versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, we all know Dragon Lee. This guy, AAA lets this guy shine. So if you're like, Dragon Lee on WWE, whatever, go watch him on AAA. They let this guy shine. This guy kills it on AAA, and I would tune in to watch this. Mecha Wolf, I saw him wrestle at the last Alianzas. Whatever, right? But tune in to watch Dragon Lee. This guy on AAA, he's a whole nother guy, I promise you. We also have Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. against Forastero. I don't know who that is. I'm pretty sure he's a AAA wrestler also. But Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. is really fun. He also has a current feud against Ethan Page. So I don't know if Ethan Page will show up. Is it against Ethan Page? I think so. Yeah, he has a current feud against Ethan Page. So I don't know if Ethan Page is going to show up and interrupt this match or have some sort of face-off with him after this match. But that's I'm sure that's going to be a fun match too. We also have Fabio Apache and Lola Vice against Las Toxicas. Again, I know Lola Vice. I kind of seen Fabio Apache. I'm not sure who Las Toxicas are, but I'm sure it's going to be a fun match. And Grande Americano, like I said, against Hijo del Vikingo. Grande Americano is so loved in AAA. He's so loved in Mexico. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be a very fun match to watch, like I said, against Hijo del Vikingo in his hometown. So who are they going to cheer? I don't know. There's also going to be an appearance by Rey Mysterio. And I'm pretty sure Rey Mysterio is going to be at Survivor Series War Games. It's in San Diego, right? Like, he has to be. So a crazy 24 hours for Rey Mysterio. I'm pretty sure right after this match, he's flying back to San Diego. It's not a short flight from Puebla to San Diego. So pretty sure right after this match or right after the show, he's flying out, going to San Diego. And I'm pretty sure he's appearing on Saturday night at Survivor Series War Game, which I can't freaking wait for. Anyway, really fun Friday night full of wrestling, right? So if you're looking for something to do, like I said, if you're looking to get away from your family for a bit, look, I get it, right? Family can be a lot. If you want to come and watch wrestling with, just some dude you've seen videos of on YouTube, come and hang out with me. I'm going to be live on YouTube. I'll be live on Twitch if I can figure out how to stream them both. I'm still trying to figure all this out, but I'm definitely going to be live on YouTube. Check if I'm live on Twitch. Danny Man Talks Wrestling on both. Danny Man Talks Wrestling everywhere. So if you're around, come hang out. Short and sweet video, right? Just wanted to give you guys a little something to keep you occupied, a little something to watch in the bathroom while you try to get away from family. I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. All right? I get it. It's fine. Anyway, though, make sure to drop a like since you made it this far. Make sure to drop a comment. Let me know how much you're looking forward to the Survivor Series War Games. are you as excited as I am? I'm like super excited because I feel it. I feel like something big is coming. And I can't wait for WWE to disappoint me and not be the case. Anyway, though, as always, click on one of these videos. I post a lot on this channel, so get involved. Check some of them out. Drop a comment, drop a like. Come follow me. And as always, until next time, peace.